Welcome to the first episode of the Rathercast. All right, boys, here we are. We did it. We're getting going here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This should be fun. So we should start, I think, with some introductions of ourselves and what the Rathercast is all about. Who can start by explaining the Rathercast? What's the concept here? What do we do on the Rathercast?
How about you? How about you?
You think I should do it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's all start with introductions. My name's Nick, and you are my two kids, and I'm 43 years young. And this is a little project we're doing just to, do something fun together and do something creative together. So, and who are you, sir?
My name's Ender. I am 9 years old, and I like zip lines.
Oh, we're doing something we like? I like
Sure.
that you added that. That was good. You love zip lines. You're like Mr. Zipline. Who are you, sir?
I'm Ellerden.
Let's get you a little closer there.
I'm Ellerden. I'm 7 years old, and I like to do laches and jumps.
Laches and jumps. You know, most people don't know what a lache is, right?
I do.
Yeah. But maybe you should explain lache. You don't want people to be confused.
Is when you're on two monkey bars, and you know how you normally let go with one hand to the other bar?
Uh-huh.
You just go with both hands to the next
So you're
bar.
essentially flying through the air.
Yeah.
You let go with both hands, and then you can't. Aren't you supposed to skip one bar in between, or is that just a more advanced version of a lache?
That's just more of it.
This is something you would see a lot on American Ninja Warrior, I suspect. Yeah, any kind of stunt show like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, onward. People know who we are. They know our names. That's good enough for now.
What did you
Oh, what do I like?
Yeah.
I like music. I like playing guitar and drums.
Okay, next.
Poorly.
Next.
Oh, that's it? That's all you want to know? You're like, yep, I found out one detail about you. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so the Rathercast is all about presenting a would you rather scenario, some would you rather question, this or that, and we present the question, and then the three of us, we talk about the parameters, like what it really means to choose one or the other. And then the three of us all come up with our answer, and we explain why we chose what we chose. And that's it. And that's a whole episode.
We're each gonna ask a question for the rather thing.
In every different episode, one of us will come up with the would you rather, but we're just going to do one question per episode.
Yep.
Okay? Which brings me to our first episode. Would you rather... Oh, I forgot the question.
Would you rather be able to burrow like a mole or fly like a bird?
Oh, I like it. You guys did that in unison. I mean, it was a little creepy, but otherwise it was good. Okay, so would you like to be able to fly like a bird or burrow in the ground like a mole? I can see advantages to both. Okay, well, let's talk about a couple things. If I'm able to burrow like a mole, do I have to use my hands and I'm just really, really fast like a mole can do it? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm clawing through the dirt.
Yeah.
All right, off to a bad start. That doesn't sound that great so far. But moles are really good and efficient at it, and they can make whole networks of holes. They can travel through the earth.
That'd be really fun.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, in order to fly, when we say, do you want to fly like a bird, does that mean I have to flap my arms?
Yes.
But I get to go up high in the sky.
Yeah.
And my arms allow me to glide down safely.
No. Yeah.
They don't?
Yes, they do.
Why wouldn't they?
Yes, they do.
It's fly like a bird.
It's fly like a bird.
We didn't say fly like Superman. So a bird can just open their wings and glide. So I feel like if we're saying fly like a bird or burrow like a mole. So fly like a bird, my arms are going to get really tired. But when they get tired, I can just open them up and glide.
But what if you're not high enough?
Of course, my arms are also going to get really tired if I'm digging through the earth like a mole.
But moles don't get that tired because they're always doing it.
Oh, so they're really strong. They're just really capable.
Yeah. I think I would rather.
Wait, you're already answering?
No.
We're still talking about
I would rather have the I forgot what
You forgot what I was gonna say. It runs in the family. So no, I was thinking like if you choose burrow like a mole, that's like really cool, but you're gonna be dirty a lot of the time
But moles don't.
I already know my answer.
because yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the real advantage of burrowing like a mole? There's
Yeah.
got to be some good things about it that we're not seeing. So
Yeah.
I feel like the easy answer
the
is to
thing
say
is,
fly like a
You
bird.
wouldn't always have to dig because your fellow moles you might run into another mole's tunnel.
Wait a minute. You're saying that if I choose burrow like a mole, that I suddenly become friends with all other moles?
Yeah.
And
that's
the
interesting.
other thing with the bird. You know all
Oh,
birds.
I'd be friends with the birds.
The other advantage is you can speak bird or speak mole.
Oh, adds a whole new layer. I'd become one with the birds or the moles.
Well, you're still a human.
Do I really wanna
but you
be a
can
mole man?
speak them.
Or a bird man.
You could still speak what language you do. English.
I just understand what they say to me.
And
Yeah,
you can
and you
speak
can
it.
speak it.
too.
And I can say, okay.
But
Interesting.
sometimes you might accidentally say mole to
These
a
are-
human.
I might accidentally
rather
speak
be-
mole to a person.
I think that actually, like, there is an advantage to a mole.
There is? Tell me.
Mole, no one would see you acting really funny, digging in the, because it's normal to dig in the dirt. When you're a bird, you'd look really funny.
People would be like, why is that guy flapping his arms?
Yeah, you'd be like,
But you'd also be the center of all attention.
Is that what you want, though?
No.
I don't know if I want to be the center of all attention. I mean, sometimes it's fun.
And there's disadvantage. You couldn't wear a harness when you're a bull.
He does like
Dang
to wear a harness. It would sort of take the fun out of ziplining if you could fly, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Have we laid out enough of the ideas?
I
These
think
episodes
so.
are going to be nice and
Fun.
short and sweet and fun. And we think we want to hear what the audience thinks. We want people to send in their answers and maybe send in some considerations that we didn't consider, like what are we missing about moles that is actually really cool? Moles have really good, I think, eyesight in the dark, don't
Yeah.
they?
I think.
Maybe we should have looked up something about moles before this. Yeah. Well, I'm too loud. My engineer has told me I'm too loud. I'll try to be more quiet. Turn that down to a 6. Okay, so I think the three of us have come to a decision. How are we going to do this? We originally were going to write our answers now, but I think we'll just go one by one. First, we'll go, what's your answer, what's your answer, what's your answer? And then each one of us will explain why we chose what we chose.
No,
Okay?
I think we should do that with our answers.
Oh, wow. You want to explain right when you answer?
I'll go first.
That's fair enough.
I'll go first.
How much did you turn me down?
You're at 6. You already were at 6.
Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out.
Um,
We're still learning how to make this show, so please bear with us,
You're too quiet.
theoretical audience.
I think I'd rather be a mole because
He chose mole. Tell me why. I can't wait to hear this.
you'd be so embarrassed if you're a bird.
You're worried about what other people think too much.
I would definitely
Yeah, but-
Oh,
rather.
wait, hold on.
But also,
Let's get you to
like-
talk into the microphone
you'd
most
be
of the
like
time.
more strong. And
You'd
you know
be-
I really like being strong.
Yes.
And then not always you would have to like be digging. You just communicate to the other moles and say I'm coming into your tunnel. So you just have to be a lazy mole.
Oh, you wouldn't always have to dig because you
Yeah.
have friends with the moles. I didn't think of that. Interesting. I will say this, like, you could be much sneakier as a mole.
I'm changing my
More
answer.
trouble on April Fool's
What?
Day.
You could because like if you're gonna flap your wings like a bird, everyone's gonna see you coming from a mile away. But a mole, you could just show up at a party, you just pop out of the ground.
Yeah.
The only bummer about a mole would be you can't see where you're going.
Yes, you can.
They know where they're going.
They're
How?
not going.
Well, I don't know how moles operate because we forgot to look up anything about moles. We just thought we'd ask a question.
You'd be a human and you'd walk above sometimes. So you know where you're going up above.
I think-
So you just use that same knowledge down below.
I think moles kind of get a sense of direction. They pop their heads up, they look around, they go, all right, this is where I want to be headed, and then they dig more. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, sir, that's a great answer. I'm glad. I thought we were going to be bird, honestly, so this is interesting.
I would rather be a mole.
What, 2 moles? Oh my gosh, what kind of children am I raising? I got a mole and a mole.
Because I would go deep on the ground. I originally thought I was going to be a bird. But the only downside about being a mole is I hate mole holes.
That's
I
a
don't
pretty big
like-
downside.
The pops. I don't like when you see the ground.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
well,
you'd
you know
be a
what?
mole.
You don't like it when it's in your own yard.
Yeah.
So maybe you could be a more responsible mole and clean up after yourself.
No way.
You just go everywhere else. You're like, oh, here's right next to my thing in my neighbor's yard. Pop!
Pop.
And then
Oh
you
yeah,
walk.
just don't pop out in your own yard. Then you don't have to worry about it. Although a human-sized mole hole would be especially bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Peaches.
I gotta say, like, I'm not convinced. I know I'm gonna
peaches.
look ridiculous as I flap my wings, but as I flap my arms to fly through the air like a bird. But it just sounds too much fun. I'm gonna be gliding all over the place.
But wouldn't you get
Bird
bored
does
of being a
sound
bird?
fun.
I would. I wouldn't have to like take my car to go places a lot of the time. I just fly there.
Well, you still have to carry your stuff.
And
Well, yeah, but
you'd
not all
be
the time.
tired because you wouldn't have extra strength. You'd just be you.
Yeah.
Or
But
don't
when
have
you're
extra
walking, you use your feet. When you're flying, you use your arms.
Right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, since you think it's so much fun, you'd be flying most of the time, and that's gonna really tire out your.
I will get tired,
So
but
what
also
if you
I'll get
fly?
really strong arms and shoulders, and I'll just glide through the air. It'll be glorious.
It
I'll
would
probably
be
end up
fun.
accidentally eating a lot of bugs.
Oh yeah.
But oh wait, birds eat bugs.
Yeah.
So it's probably normal.
Yeah.
Wait, do they eat bugs? Bugs and worms.
Yeah. They do.
Why don't I know anything about nature?
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up the first question. If you happen to be somehow listening to this very first episode of the Rathercast, we would love for you to send us a Would You Rather question for us to consider.
And we're gonna make.
And we would love to hear you teach us a thing or two about moles, burrowing like a mole and flying like a bird that maybe we didn't consider. We could always follow up in future episodes about things that have come to light about previous Would You Rather
maybe
questions.
every like month or so.
And you guys don't know this, but we actually have an email address. Our podcast. It's called TheRathercast @gmail.com.
Estelle, sounds like you.
Huh?
Sounds like you.
What do you mean?
Sounds like you.
Sounds like something I would do. Set up an email address.
And we're
That's
gonna
easy.
start our own Would You Rather jar. So if you want to send us one, put your name on it, and we'll put your name on it.
Yeah.
And put it in our little
We'll put-
jar.
yeah, and then we're going to start drawing from the jar every time and just kind of.
And maybe
And
we
we'll
can mention your
riffing
name
that
on
way.
the episodes.
Yeah, that would be. What a great idea. All right, gentlemen, we did it.
Yay!
Episode number 1 is complete.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to the first episode of the Rathercast, and we
No,
will
it's
catch
so-
you.
Oh,
Wait, hold
I-
on. We're doing a little outro thing. We got to say goodbye.
remembered.
If we're all talking at
I
once.
actually remember.
Oh, what are you going to say?
We might start our own TikTok too, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to.
Today?
Oh, I don't know about today, but.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
That he just left. Oh, and then he fell.
Goodbye.
Would you rather show your love for the Rathercast by supporting the show, or crush the hopes and dreams of a dad and his 2 sons? Make the right choice and learn how you can help by checking the show notes or visiting TheRathercast.com. You can also submit a Would You Rather question of your own to be considered for a future episode by emailing TheRathercast @gmail.com.